distinguished officials, as you just heard, I'm here representing the Commissioner responsible for Agriculture, Environment, and Water Resources of the ECOWAS Commission. He is still on his way in other assignments and believing that he will reach here for the ministerial session. He has asked me this morning to represent him and present his welcome statement for this technical session. So with your permission, Honorable Minister, I will present the Commissioner's message. Honorable Minister for Environment, Habitation, and Territorial Planning, the permanent representative of Zimbabwe with the WMO and representative of Bureau Chair of AMCOMET, the Assistant Secretary General, WMO, representative of AU Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Economy, Director Generals here present, Directors of Meteo Hydro Services of Africa, distinguished experts, participants, guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I speak at this important experts meeting of the third session of the African Ministerial Conference on Meteorology, AMCOMET-3. This is an event which is very, very crucial for the African continent in the era of climate change. First of all, on behalf of the President of ECOWAS Commission, His Excellency Ambassador Kadre Desire Ouedraogo, I would like to express the gratitude of the Commission to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Cabo Verde and to the government and good people of this country for the support given to all activities of the ECOWAS community. I also thank His Excellency and the responsible minister for the honor done to our region by playing host to this important conference, as well as providing all the excellent facilities for its organization. And to our guests from outside the ECOWAS region, it is my privilege to welcome you all to our region and to wish you a very happy stay on this very lovely and beautiful group of islands. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, among the priority sectors of the ECOWAS economies are the development of agriculture, transport, telecommunication, energy, health, and water resources. And it is clear that meteorological and hydrological services can and should play very important roles in these sectors in support of our regional integration agenda and strengthening the economies of our states, especially the economic and social activities in the sub-region. The application of meteorological information to agriculture, to livestock, fisheries, forestry management, among others, has been recognized throughout the world because knowledge of climate and weather contributes to monitoring and estimating crop yield, fishing, as well as monitoring grazing lands. Globally, it is estimated that about 90% of disasters are caused by weather and climate-related hazards, such as cyclones, storms, floods, drought, wildfires, and so on. And in Africa, and indeed in ECOWAS region, each year, weather and climate-related disasters cause significant loss of life and property and impede economic and social impacts such as economic and social development. Poverty exacerbates the human, economic, and social impacts of such disasters. And on the average, it's estimated that about 50 times more people die in countries with low level of development than in higher developed countries. The financial cost of disasters caused by natural hazards, when calculated as percentage of GDP, is around 20% higher in poorer than in richer countries. The lack of insurance in most African countries amplifies the problem. Such losses, it is said, could be considerably reduced if populations had access to reliable and relevant weather and climate information in a timely manner. Many essential economic activities could also be better planned and food security improved if people were well informed of seasonal climate predictions and could take appropriate actions. It is important also to note that National Meteorological and Hydrological Services, NMHS, do not receive the necessary political and financial support needed to fulfill their mandates. And indeed, the profiles and application of meteorology and hydrology have been raised with the advent of climate change and its attendant frequent severe weather events and increasing magnitude. The application of meteorology has become more important in the context of fights against the negative effects of drought, desertification, and other natural disasters, which in future are predicted to become even more frequent and more severe due to climate change. However, we can only realize the full benefit and potential of positive contribution of meteorological and hydrological services if the services are strengthened so that, in turn, they can deliver more effectively to contribute to the socioeconomic development in the states and in the region as a whole. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, to overcome some of these constraints, the ECOWAS Commission, in collaboration with the Regional Office of WMO for Central, North, and West Africa, in a spirit of capacity building of stakeholders, has developed the ECOWAS Meteorology Program. This was validated last year in Banjul in May by the committee that ECOWAS has set up. That is the Committee of Directors of National Meteo Hydro Services in the sub-region. We are currently together and with the support of the regional office based in Abuja, we are in the process of drafting an action plan for the implementation of this important program. And ECOWAS Commission welcomes this very good collaboration initiated with WMO Regional Office in the framework of implementation of activities that have been identified together related to meteo services and emphasizing, most importantly, on capacity building. So, Honorable Minister, distinguished experts, on this note, I wish you very successful deliberations and thank you for your attention.